Hey friends, today I am going to give you a little sneak peek at what life is like lately here as a homemaker with 4 little boys, and it's busy and sometimes crazy, but I love it, and I thought it'd be fun to take you guys along and show you what I have been up to lately, how I kind of try to keep the house clean and in order, just some meal ideas and recipes, and I don't know, I just enjoy homemaking with you all, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along. So today is actually a little bit different than most days. We usually try to have dinner together as a family every night around the table. It's very important to me. But on this particular day, my husband has a soccer game. It's one thing that he likes to do in the summer months is play soccer. And so I realized that we wouldn't have that opportunity this evening to all sit around the table together. So I decided to make a big breakfast. I don't do this every day, but I generally try to keep like bacon and breakfast sausage in the fridge at all times. It's not only an easy dinner time idea if I forget to thaw meat, it's also just great to have it on hand whenever we want to have a big breakfast. So we have just been so blessed by our friends lately who have chickens. They have been giving us eggs and they are so wonderful and so bright and orange. Can you see those yolks? And I just love to cook them up in my cast iron skillet, and I'm just cooking some bacon along with it. I'm cutting up some berries as well so that we can enjoy a little bit of fruit on the side. And we're just gonna enjoy this breakfast together this morning. Now, I have a lot planned for today. I think that I have learned over the years, Ethan is going to be 11, so I've been a mom for almost 11 years. And one thing that I have learned is that I need to keep my expectations low. I used to wake up with like all of these ideas for what I wanted to accomplish in the day, and really what that does is just set me up for failure. There are so many variables with little ones, so many things that could go wrong, messes that are made. Things just do not go according to plan all of the time. So I think it's important to just maybe pick one thing as a homemaker that you want to accomplish that day. And if you're able to accomplish that one thing, then you go to bed feeling very satisfied rather than disappointed or feeling as though nothing ever gets done around here. I can't ever do what I want to do, because believe me, in the past, I would just have this long list of things that I wanted to complete in a day, and sometimes it was just unrealistic for me. And so today on the agenda, I would love to get my slip covers washed on my chairs, and I'm going to show you how I do that in a little bit. But first, I want to take a moment to share something very exciting with you guys. Alright guys, so today's video is all about homemaking, and I truly believe that my channel has sort of morphed into a homemaking channel. There are so many different categories that fall underneath homemaking. It's so much more than doing the dishes or the laundry. And one of the things that I love so much about homemaking is the fact that it has given me the opportunity to explore all of these different areas and interests and improve my skills when it comes to baking or sewing or even just picking up hobbies like painting. So I am so excited to talk to you guys about Craftsy, the sponsor for today's video. So Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. It's an online community and resource where millions of crafters, makers, and DIY enthusiasts find creative inspiration, advance their skills, and learn new ones along the way. Craftsy offers more than 2,000 exciting classes in over 20 popular categories like crochet, knitting, baking, photography, cake decorating, woodworking, and so much more. Classes are broken down into easy to follow lessons and are led by friendly, award-winning instructors who share their creative wisdom as they provide step-by-step demonstration. So there's a few classes that I'm really excited about. One of them is called Bold Baking Academy, all about bread. There are a few other classes that I'm also very excited about. One of them is called How to Paint, And there's another one called The Complete Painter, Lessons from the Masters. So both of these look like excellent courses if I want to continue to improve my painting skills. Craftsy teaches through instructional videos taught by talented and friendly experts. Their professional instructors walk you through each technique with step-by-step demonstrations, providing their expert tips and tricks. You can even connect with fellow makers and DIY lovers to ask questions, share ideas, and stay inspired. As a member, you'll have access to Craftsy's live streaming tutorials where their expert instructors share tips, answer questions, and engage with the Craftsy community in real time. Alright guys, so the first 1,000 of you that click the link in the description below are going to get the premium membership for a full year for just $1.49. Can you believe that? So if you're a person who never wants to stop learning, if you're always looking to improve your skills or pick up a new craft or hobby, you guys need to click on the link in the description below so that you can take advantage of this amazing offer. The first 1,000 people that click the link in my description will get a full year of the premium membership for just $1.49. So click that link below. Okay, so before I get started on the slipcovers in my living room, I'm gonna throw a loaf of sourdough bread together. I'm not actually gonna bake it today. I'm just getting the dough ready, and I like to start off with this dough hook. I grabbed it in an antique store for like $12, and I will mix it as much as possible with that, and then you just gotta get in there with your hands. It's the best tool for kneading bread, and once I have that all ready to go, I'm just gonna let it rise here in the bowl before I do a couple of stretch and folds. Now my wax paper has definitely seen better days. I need to go get some new paper. It's just a great alternative to plastic wrap, and after a while it just loses its stickiness, and I can definitely tell that I need a few new sheets of that.
There's the octopus. What do you want the jellyfish color? Green. Green? Yeah. Which color? The jellyfish green.
Sometimes I just love to listen to my boys and their little conversations. As a mom, I don't want to miss out on these moments. I don't want to become so busy with what I'm doing that I don't just pause and take the time to listen to their little giggles. And I just love it when they sit down and start talking to each other, and I don't know, it's just so precious to me. And I loved listening back to this footage. Caleb's little song was so sweet, but oh my goodness, I have just decided to give up on clean floors this summer. As much as I would love for my floors to be spotless, it's just impossible with the boys coming in and out. And so I've decided to just keep a broom handy and try to sweep the entryway as I'm able, but I'm not going to stress over it this year. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my home, and the Lord, I think, gave me 4 boys to help with that. He's really refined me over the last 10 years and used them to help me in this area. And sometimes I smile thinking about it. So now I am tackling the dreaded slipcovers. And I say that because for some reason it just seems like such a huge thing in my head. Like, oh my goodness, these slipcovers need to be washed. And it's really not that big of a deal, but in my head it is. And so here I am stripping all the different pieces. These chairs are from IKEA. They are the Farlove chairs, I think. And I spot clean them for as long as humanly possible before I have to wash these covers. It's quite the task, as you can see.
Yay, 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 yay!
Ow.
The lizard.
Your lizard?
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah. I can't get it. Mommy, I can't get it.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh, it's actually your turtle.
It's my turtle.
Yeah, it's your turtle.
It's my old turtle.
Where's your old turtle?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's
In In the basement, maybe? All right.
I'm gonna take my sock off.
You want to take your sock off?
Yeah, it is stinky.
It's really stinky.
Yeah.
You're a silly boy.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a young mom like I am, I'm sure you can appreciate this conversation I'm having with my 2-year-old. I'm sure you understand what it's like. And sometimes I think as moms, it can feel like we never have adult conversation. We're always talking with little ones. And, obviously we're answering questions about socks and lizards and turtles. But, these moments are so precious. And the fact that Ethan is 11 now just blows my mind. Honestly, I feel like I blinked and he's already almost as tall as I am. And so I don't want to get emotional. I'm going to keep it together here before I start crying. But honestly, I know that sometimes the days feel so long and it just seems like your name is called over and over. Mama, 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 mama. But I promise it goes by so fast. And that season doesn't last forever. And so I'm just trying to cherish every moment. Now, I have a ton of veggies because I just went grocery shopping. And I think that it's always important to get them chopped up and in containers for easy access for the kids. I find that if I have them all chopped up like this, and then they want a snack, they can easily pull these containers out of the fridge. And a lot of times what I like to do, if they are really hungry and waiting for dinner to be finished cooking, I will just put all of these vegetables on the table, and then I'll make like a ranch dip, which I'm so bummed. I thought that my camera was recording and it wasn't, so I'll try to explain what I do here. Basically, it's just equal parts mayo and sour cream, and then you're gonna add salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and dill, and it is delicious. My kids could just eat this by the spoonful. It is so yummy, and you could also use Greek yogurt if you want to add a little bit more protein to your dip. It tastes just as good with that, but I make this for my kids all the time, and I just can't stop eating veggies when I have this dip around. So now tonight, like I said, it looks a little bit different for us. My husband has a game later, and he's gonna take the 3 older boys with him to the game, and Isaiah's just gonna stay home with me. We've all kind of just recently gotten over like a little bit of a head cold. It's still sort of lingering with Isaiah and I, so it ends up being a late night when his game is over with, so I just decided to stay home with Isaiah on this particular night. Sometimes we all like to go together as a family, but Isaiah and I are going to have a little date night, and Daddy's going to take the 3 older boys with him to the game. Now, getting these slip covers back on the chairs is definitely a challenge. The cushions are easy, but I always need my husband's muscle for the body portion of the chair, because you really have to like stretch the covers over the arms. Once you get them over the arms, it goes pretty well. But what I like to do is just put them on wet. I never dry them in the dryer. I just put them on the chairs wet and pull them nice and taut so that I pull all the wrinkles out, and then I don't have to iron them or mess with a steamer. They just dry like that on the chair and it looks really sharp. So yeah. This time of year, I love being outside, and I always, if the weather is pretty, I always try to get outside at least a couple of times every day. I know there's so much to be done inside the house with chores and cleaning, but in Michigan, we only have a handful of beautiful months, and so I just love getting out there. I love walking around barefoot, feeling the grass under my feet. Even if it's just a few moments, it's so good for me. But I had to get back inside and get some dinner going for my husband and boys. So since they were going to be driving, I decided to put together some tuna salad for them. They love tuna salad. I'm not a huge fan, but they all love it. And so I just put them in these little mini croissant sandwiches and packed it up for them. Remember this container I got at the thrift store with you guys? It's so great. And then I just packed up some veggies and some grapes and said goodbye to them. And Isaiah, of course, was still taking his nap when they left. Now, whenever I have the house to myself, it always feels strange. It never feels quite right. You know, you think that that's all you would want, right? As a busy mom with 4 boys that are very loud and crazy, you'd think that I'd always be just wishing and hoping for alone time. And I'm not gonna lie, I do. There are a lot of moments where I do wish for that, but it always is the same thing. Whenever they all leave and I have just a few moments of quiet time, Isaiah is still sleeping. He's gonna wake up from his nap soon. I tend to kind of walk around the house and tidy up. I always like to light some candles and just kind of enjoy the house for just a few moments. But then it always happens. I miss my boys. I miss the crazy. I miss their little giggles. I don't tend to enjoy the alone time very long. I will enjoy it. I'm not going to pretend like I don't enjoy it. I do. I like to be alone. It's peaceful to me. I love just spending some time in prayer, talking to the Lord. I truly enjoy it, but after a while, I miss those 4 crazy boys. I miss my husband. And so anyways, in those moments, I'm always just like reminded by how blessed I am and how much I have to be thankful for. And I think that a quiet home, really what it does is it reminds me that before I know it, these boys will be out of here and the house will be quiet. And my mom always tells me, the house will always be there, Andrea, your kids won't be. And it's a good reminder to me whenever I have the house to myself and things are really quiet. I'm like, oh my goodness, one day this is how it's gonna be. They're all gonna be grown and out of here. And I need to cherish the time that I have with them and make the most of every single moment. So anyways, I am going to have leftovers tonight. I'm a huge leftovers fan. I love it. I know not everyone likes leftovers, but if I have them in my fridge, I will eat them, and that's one less meal that I have to cook. So I'm just having some leftover fish that I cooked up a couple days ago. And then Isaiah, we ran out of tuna, so I'm just gonna make him a PB&J sandwich, his favorite, and I know he's gonna love it. You know, sometimes you just gotta keep things simple. You don't need to do a fancy meal, and I don't want everyone to think that I cook something every single night, because that's not true. On nights like tonight, it was tuna fish sandwiches and PB&J and leftovers. So I'm just kind of enjoying this time with Isaiah and listening to him and talking to him. Oh my goodness, just the funniest conversations with him at this age. But we're just gonna end the night with a little walk outside here, having some cookies together. And I just love seeing everything through the eyes of a 2-year-old. It's just so much fun. The gardens are looking so beautiful. Everything is filling in so nicely. And I love this time of year before the sun sort of scorches the grass and everything turns brown, unless we get a good amount of rain. But I feel like that happens almost every single summer. You can see here how beautiful the window boxes are filling in with flowers. The hydrangeas are starting to bloom. The catmint is looking nice and full and purple, and everything is just looking so lovely. And I'm just so thankful for springtime and summertime and just the warmth that it brings and the time we get to spend outdoors listening to the birds. And it's just such a wonderful, beautiful time of year, my favorite time of year. Isaiah is just living his best life right now, rolling around in the grass, eating a cookie. This other side of the house, this little area, is coming along. We're working at it still, but I planted some flowers in the boxes. I want to get something that climbs over this little arbor arch thing. So if you have suggestions, there are so many options. I don't know if I should do roses or I don't know. There's a lot that I found and I feel a little bit frozen by that decision. So let me know what your favorite climbing flowers are. But I just so enjoyed taking you guys along with me today. It was just a normal day for me, you know, as a homemaker, but I think it's fun to give you guys a little peek into our everyday life. I wanted to tell you that I found a new trick that if you put rice at the bottom of your Dutch oven when you bake your sourdough bread, that it doesn't make the bottom so hard to cut through. And so I've been doing that recently, and my bread has been just turning out so amazing, and it's not so crunchy for the boys. So I wanted to end with that tip. But anyways, if you are new here, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for coming along with me today. Bye-bye.